Hello everyone and welcome to Gloves Off. This is where we discuss topics that divide opinion. I'm Alexis Nunes and alongside me I've got two experts who are absolutely raring to get into it. They love a good scrap. On my left hand side, all the way from Australia, I've got Mr. James Faulkner, and on my right, it's the son of the soil, Mr. Deep Dasgupta. Gentlemen, how are you feeling? Ready?
All set for it.
All set for it.
Ready to go for it.
All right, well let's get into the first round and we are calling this one First Blood. All right, so this is where you're going to give me your opening statements, like every debate, on the topic. So the topic we're discussing today is the DRS. There's always a debate about the DRS, but we want to know, is it a misfit in T20 cricket? Some say it's slowing it down, but some say it's necessary because there's very little room for error in T20 cricket. So let's start off with you, James.
Oh, well, for me, it's straightforward. Why do people fall in love with the game to start with? They fell in love with it because it was quick. It was over in a space of 3 hours. They could come and engage with the fans, the players, see fours, sixes, wickets. It was all very quick. Now the DRS has come on board, slowing down the game. There's ads. You've got the timeouts. And I think at the moment, players are actually using a DRS when they don't need to at certain times as well. And it's quite frustrating. Like, as a spectator, you want to see an exciting brand of cricket. And be engaged with the team you support.
Boom. Right on the dot there. 30 seconds up.
Right, straight away. That's
right
a no ball from him because he spoke about ads. I mean, there's no ads, there's no money, there's no cricket then. Yeah, and it's important. DRS is very, very important because if you look at the margin of error in T20 cricket, they're minuscule, right? I mean, one wrong decision and it makes a huge difference in the result or the outcome of the game. And the stakes have gone up. We are not just talking about friendly, amateurish cricket anymore. We're talking about serious cricket where every decision, every match and the result counts in the bigger picture. So yeah, I mean, why not? If you have it, you might as well take it. No. Yeah, I mean, just let me finish it. So if you have that option, just go on and use it then.
All right, well, let's move into our second segment now because this is where things are going to get feisty. Gentlemen, are you ready? This one is called Trading Blows. All right, who wants to get into it first?
I'll go for it.
Deep wants to continue talking because
no,
clearly we didn't
fair
give
enough.
Time.
He loves his own voice.
Seriously.
He loves his own voice, this one.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. No, my point is very simple. It's like I said, the stakes are so high. You don't want one decision. And to be very, very fair and honest, the standards of umpiring aren't that great either. So you don't want howlers. So end of the day, what was DRS introduced for? To get rid of the howlers. You still have the umpire's call and everything else, but you can't afford to have big mistakes being made when the stakes are so high.
Every single player that makes mistakes out there, whether it's with bat, ball, in the gloves, in the field.
Right. So what happens then, James, is you're dropped.
Okay,
right?
He's an umpire dropped.
He's not.
There we go. So why are they out there to start with?
No, so my point is, if that's not an option, because that's not been happening, if that's not an option, then what is the second best option that you have is get DRS involved.
So you're pretty much saying the umpiring standard's not up to scratch at this level. If we're talking about the #1 T20 comp in the world that every player wants to be involved in, every umpire wants to be involved in.
Now let's put it this way. Now you're batting. It's the finals of the IPL.
Yep.
You're batting or you're bowling. Let's say you're batting. Last ball, last wicket, you're batting with a number 11 guy. You need 2 runs to win, and there's a massive inside edge onto a pad. You take 2 runs, but the umpire gives you out. What you do?
Why are we using it 4, 5, 6 times a game? We're not using it on the howler. We're using it on a straightforward decision.
Too long.
Listen, I mean, okay. To a certain extent, I understand when the umpires go to the third umpire for everything. I mean, the no ball, the boundaries.
They're not even checking that anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
checking the no ball.
Absolutely.
They did that 2 years ago.
I'm with you on that, but here I'm talking about DRS. You've got to give them the teams an option to review where something is blatantly not right.
Could there be a penalty involved if they're going to challenge the straightforward decision? Should there be a penalty involved? 5 run, 10 grand, 10 run, 10
right
grand to change it up.
Now, okay, your basic argument was it's slowing down the game,
slowing down the game, yeah.
Right?
You're getting bored in the stands if you're
Fair
watching
enough.
on TV.
Okay, so you've played a lot of T20 tournaments apart from IPL, right, where DRS is not involved.
Yep.
Now, can you tell me that every game that you've played has finished on time, even if when there is no DRS? Players do take more than 3 hour 15 minutes or 3 hour the spend.
So why take any more?
For me, if you take 5-10 minutes extra, but make sure that you get the right decision, I'm more than happy to give that 5-10 minutes extra. So if you're talking about slowing down the game, there are other things which slow down the game.
Okay, so it's going to keep getting slower and slower because it's not speeding up at all.
It's going to be a one-day
They've been talking
match.
about every time the ball goes into the crowd, you bring a new ball out. What are we going to do? Is it going to keep going another 5 more? It's going to go from 85 to 90 minutes, 95 minutes. How long is a T20
So
game?
my point is different. My point is we're talking about DRS here. If it takes 10 minutes more than usual because of DRS...
Scrap it. There's
No,
point.
I mean, come on. There has to be an argument. Just don't say scrap it just because you don't like it or you won't scrap it.
No, everyone makes mistakes. Umpires make mistakes as well. But I want a quick, exciting game that I'm engaged with as a fan, so that young kids are watching the screens and seeing their best players perform every single second. They're not waiting for another decision to be made that takes another 3-4 minutes. And
but I can guarantee you this, James. The next generation, the kids that you're talking about, they're growing up. They are the DRS generation, so they are getting used to it. It's just that us
old
schoolers.
Is DRS correct? That's another thing as well.
Gotta wrap this conversation, guys. Man, we could go forever on this one. I'm kind of with James, though, on this one, Deep. Sorry. I don't want to see
I mean, listen, you're biased anyways. Look at that.
I don't want to see a
like
10-hour
black and black. Oh,
T20
come
match.
on.
I mean, they're taking the mickey out of it with reviewing almost anything. All right, well, you guys were brilliant. Now we're going to go to our final segment, which is our knockout take. All right, so let's start with Deep. This is where you can give us your final take on everything, preferably in a sentence. Let James get some into after.
All right, I'll try and do that. For me, I think DRS is very, very important, and especially in T20, where one decision makes a huge difference about the outcome of the game, and I think it should be there. I mean, there's one review, and that's good enough, and I think teams should have that. And when you have the technology available, might as well use it.
James?
I'm saying get rid of it. I want a fast, exciting, engaged game the kids love and continue to love for every generation going forward. I don't want to be watching little minuscule decisions. I don't want to be watching things that are just blatantly obvious on my TV screen. I want to watch excitement.
Yeah, well, James is talking about what he does. I mean, he plays fast, he bowls fast, so yeah.
I
So you're like, he lives in the fast lane. He lives in the fast lane. Well, I guess we'll just agree to disagree on this one. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Entertaining as always. Thanks to you guys for tuning in. And make sure to download the ESPN Cricinfo mobile app.